everyone. Welcome back to this week's episode of Mikro Loves Hockey. I'm your host, Mikro, and let's jump right in to see how I did on last week's predictions. So first up, the Nashville Predators. Last week I said the Predators and Vancouver Canucks would go to a shootout and the Canucks would take it. Well, it didn't go to a shootout, but we still got a really close one. And the Vancouver Canucks did win, but it was 5-4 in overtime. And here's how the rest of the week went for the Predators. They had another overtime loss in the second half of a back-to-back at Grand Casino Arena with a very unusual goal. Someone needed to be yelling at that call. Where's Joey Porter when you need him? Then on Thursday, the Predators met the Philadelphia Flyers for the second time in a week and lost 2-1. And on Saturday, they lost again to the Dallas Stars 5-4. But it was exciting to watch. So a lot of close games, just not enough to close them out. Right now, the Predators are sitting 7th in the Central Division. Let's move on to the San Jose Sharks. I predicted that they would win Seattle Kraken 5-3. And let me just say, they did better. The Sharks crushed the Kraken on Wednesday night. Friday, the Sharks beat the Winnipeg Jets 2-1. And remember, the Jets were last year's President's Trophy winners. It'll always be a West Side Story battle, no matter what the result is. Saturday, the Sharks took down the Florida Panthers 3-1, who are the reigning defending back-to-back Stanley Cup champions in their second half of a back-to-back. This was a huge week for the Sharks, and now they're sitting 5th in the Pacific Division. Sharks fans, hold your fins high. The boys were buzzing. Now up to Toronto. The Leafs started their 4-game homestand. I predicted they beat the Penguins 5-3, and here's what we got. The Penguins went up 3-0 for the first 40 minutes, and from that point on, it was all Leafs. Austin Matthews scored first, William Nylander with a pair of goals, and Bobby McMahon got the game-winning goal. The final was 4-3 Leafs, so I was close. On Wednesday night, they took the Utah Mammoth 5-3. But on Saturday night, the Leafs' luck ran out. They lost 5-3 to the Boston Bruins. I'm convinced that whenever there's a former Leaf on the opposing team, they will score a goal. And sure enough, Fraser Minton, the former Leaf, did just that. And last night, the Leafs continued to struggle, losing 5-4 to the Carolina Hurricanes. I can't imagine anyone is happy in Toronto right now. I watched Steve Dangle this morning, and he's calling for some major changes, which is probably a good idea. They're currently sitting 6th in the Atlantic Division with the 2-time defending champs right behind them. Let's move on to this week's predictions. The Predators head to Madison Square Garden to take on the New York Rangers. The Rangers are 6th in the Metro Division, but they're a tough one at home. I say it's going to be another close game, and the Predators win 3-2 in overtime. And I love my friend Coach Sweeney, who is a big Rangers fan, and hope it's a good game. The Sharks traveled to Minnesota to play the Wild at Grand Casino Arena. It wasn't too long ago, on October 26th, where Macklin Celebrini scored that awesome OTGWG, and the Sharks won 6-5 in overtime. The Wild are sitting 6th in the Central Division, and the Sharks are riding momentum right now. I'm calling Sharks win 4-2. Let's keep the feeding frenzy going. The Leafs head to TD Garden to face the Boston Bruins again tomorrow night. Ugh. The Bruins are sitting 2nd in the Atlantic Division, just below the Montreal Canadiens. This is going to be a physical and emotional game, but I'm being bold and call Leafs win 5-4. A little redemption game. So there you have it. What do you think is going to happen this week? Drop your predictions in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with another hockey fan. Until next time, peace.